Hello guys, we're back and we will continue where we left off. We ended with finishing our entire UI system, so we will continue from there and make the functionalities for the entire repair system for Wisplight. So, but before that, let me see. Let me check if we're live. Yeah, I think we're live already. Let me test first. Alright. So currently we now have several systems in place. We have the crafting system where we can craft stuff here. This is already working. We also have crafting for other things like firewood and planks. Here below we also have one for like stone resources here. There. I think we're gonna add some details here as well. Like if we hover here, it should show details like this, so that we will know what item we're trying to create. Right. Okay, next, let's go to our main goal right now. So the main goal right now is to finish everything for the repair table. So previously, during our last stream, we already made new systems for this. So first, what I did was to create the layout here. The layout, I did it using Photoshop, using the old UI. So I just modified it and like put everything new stuff in the game. So these icons here, they're still placeholders. My idea is to put here like an anvil or something that indicates repair. Yeah, so that's the idea. But for now, we'll go with this. And then after I made the layout, I then proceed making the other stuff like the functionalities of dragging items. So here, this is already working in our inventory system. So what I did is I use the old functions here, especially here when we're trying to put stuff in our equipment. So we use the old functions here and then just placed it here in our repair table functions, or the controller for the repair station. So yeah, so it's already functional. Let's test it. So when we put items here like that, so you can see that there's a new UI below. It's called repair cost. So if it's here in the inventory, it doesn't show, and it only shows in the repair table. So this was one of the feature that we made previously. And then after that, I also made like systems that restricts items that doesn't need repair, like these coatings. So as you can see, so it restricts it, so you can't do it. You can place it in the repair table. I also made systems that, like, if you mistakenly released the item here, for example here, it'll just go back, or if you put it here, it will just return, similar to what we do here. So if it goes back, right? And then systems that if you drop it here, it will also drop like so. Let's pick that back up. Right. Okay. Why can't I pick it up? Let's see. Why? So this is a bug. For some reason we can't take it. Okay, there. So we're still trying to. We will figure that one out why that happened. Anyway, so here, so we made systems as well, like again to block, like this one, and systems that you can transfer from one grid to another, like here, like that. So like that. This is inverted. This is wrong, by the way. So, and then systems that what else, like swapping, like this. You can swap items. And then again the repair cost. So at first we made like a display, and then we made a system where depending on the item's durability, the repair cost would change. So here it's for free, so there's no repair cost. Maybe we can put there free repair, maybe. And for the rest, like if it's more than 50% or something, or more than 75% damage, it will display the repair cost. So it will not ask for the entire repair cost, but it will ask a fragment or a fraction of the repair cost. That's the idea. Okay, so the next goal for now is, oh wait, what happened? Okay, so the next goal is to make a system that starts this repair. So what we're gonna do is, once we click manual repair, it should start with this one. So technically it's let me see. So it's the repair table, and then this one, and the slots. So here are the slots. It's listed here as well. So what happens is it goes to the first item in the slot. So it should detect which item is the first item. So once it goes to the slot, it will then repair that one. The first thing it needs to do is it should check first the repair cost. So we already have the repair cost there, and we also have a repair cost in the inventory item as well. So we added this last stream. So here, the required resources, and we just need to recompute the requirements. And then once it's recomputed, the idea is to check your inventory if you have the necessary materials in the inventory. Yeah, and then after that, if you have that, it should start repairing. And the idea here is you'll have the skeleton go here and then use a hammer, and also you require a hammer as well to start the repair. And then depending on the hammer, it will increase the durability of the item. So each hammer actually has damage. So we have physical damage and stability damage, and depending on the damage of that item, that's the number of times the hammer will hit the item. And if the item goes full health, it then proceeds to the next item. So maybe we can make some animation as well, like he goes here to the chest, opens the chest, maybe, I don't know, yeah, and then after opening the chest, he goes back here, plays the item, so you will see visually the item, and then hammers away, take it, take the item, and then place it back here, and then takes another item, and so on, until it finishes. So that's the general idea. So yeah, so that's the general idea of what we want. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's first gather some resources. So we need planks, right? We need planks. We need cloth. What else do we need? We need planks, cloth. We need stone slab. Let's add stone slab as well. Okay, so let's get the short sword. I'm gonna use this. And there's this heater shield. For some reason, there's something wrong with our inventory system. Okay, yeah, so there's something wrong. Let's just get what we can. Let's get let's fight some enemies and get the resources needed. What's this? We have cudgel here. We have axes. I think let's go with, let's see. Okay, let's just go fight some enemies and get some cloth first. So basically cloth can be harvested from enemies, like regular enemies. We can scavenge resources from them. So like these guys.
One of them's coming! To arms! Man down! Knock down the line! Defense! Defense! We're losing men!
I haven't updated the voice acting for this yet, but they're already done. The voice acting right now is from the mercenary guards.
Break up the attack! Man down! I'll fucking bury you! Curse you! Leave me! Get away from me!
Okay, so so this is how we get cloth. So we go to a corpse and then scavenge queue. So that should drop a cloth. Okay, there you go. So that's the cloth. There. Then yeah, let's harvest some cloth first from all enemies. There. And cloth is actually randomized, so it's 1 to 5. Some enemies drop more cloth than others, and occasionally they also drop like there two. They also drop what do you call this? This one, the coating. Let's also add coating here. We already have little. See the durability. It's 18 over 100. So we also need a short sword. So let's just add coating to it to increase its durability. All right. Now let's go to let's find more cloth. Okay. Here. There's one more enemy here. He's a bit tough.
Fuck! God! Get away!
Alright. Oh, here, there's coating, you see? So he dropped coating and his sword didn't spawn, or I think it dropped beneath the earth. Let's change shields. So shields, by the way, have bonus fortitude, so you can see there, plus 40 fortitude. Okay, it works now. This one, the heater shield, that is the crude heater shield, gives us 25 fortitude. Fortitude is our health, and then this one is 40 fortitude. See, so it adds to our health. All right, let's go. Now let's gather essence first. So again, this is the way to gather cloth. As of the moment, this is the only way to gather cloth. But later, once we have patrols, there will be passive ways to gather cloth. Like your minions can gather cloth as well. Once there's the scavenging system that we're gonna make. Okay, so next, right now we already have the cloth. Let's gather some planks, or get some planks. Okay, so planks is from wood, so we need to have a tool that we can use to gather wood. So basically hatchet or axe. So here, this is the lumber yard. There's a tool storage as well, but most of them are dull, so I think let's get this sharp hatchet. Okay, what else? Dull, like most of them are dull. Let's just get the dull hatchet. It also gives let's see the difference, by the way. Dull, where is it? Here. There's something wrong with the system. Let's see. There you go. So hatchet, this is 11 plus 11 to 12 and 10 to 12 because it's dull, so those are the modifiers that changes the damage. This one is sharp, so it's 17, 19. So even though it's a crude hatchet, but it has the sharp modifier, so it basically has more physical damage than this one. Yeah. So, by the way, the system for chopping wood is different. So basically, if we chop wood, for example, let's just put this here. We no longer need this, and let's just put coating here. Okay, so we will reserve this part here for our logs. Here, we can put here 3 logs. Okay, so how does chopping mechanic work in Wisplight? So we have damage, right? So each tree has a health bar, a health pool, and then every time you hit an enemy, or not an enemy, but the tree, it deducts from the tree's health. So what happens is once it goes to 0, the tree then spawns into a log. So here, but the good thing is the physical damage here is actually added to the stability damage. So instead of getting 11 to 12 damage to the tree, it will get additional, like, stability damage also adds to the damage of the logs. So I did it like that so that cutting trees would not be tedious, at the same time not overpowering the weapons in case you want to use the tools as a weapon against human enemies. So that's one way to balance it. So yeah, so let's try. So here we're chopping now the logs, or the tree. There you go, and it becomes a log. Then we can cut the log in 2. I still need to put sound effects there for when we successfully cut the logs. Then we can take the logs. Okay, so I think there really is a problem with this mechanic, the taking of the item. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the grids. Yeah, I'm gonna investigate later. More on that later. So here. Okay, so we now have 2 logs. Let's get one more. Let's drop this tree. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go. Alright, so now that we have logs, we have 3 logs, right? So how does this system work? So the next thing we need to do is to put the logs here in our lumberyard storage. The storage for logs. So we place it there. Hello Nad. Thanks. So we place the logs here. We can also take logs, by the way. We can press it, store it. So it will show there. And then we can then create the planks. So you can see here there's times 8 planks and there's times 12. So what's the difference? So the difference is the type of log that you're using. So for pine logs, it produces around 8 planks. But if you use ash logs, it is the one that we're harvesting. So it takes 12 planks. So let's check first the logs. So here, so that's the ash log. You can also see there some lore. And the pine logs, you just use pine trees. Pine trees are also different, since like the ash logs, when you cut it, it cuts in half, like it becomes 2 logs for one tree. But for the pine log, it creates 3 logs per tree. So it's a bit different. So that's the difference between them. And the pine also creates more firewood, but the ash log produces lesser firewood. So that's their difference. Firewood is used in the future for smelting, like anything related to smelting items and all. So yeah, so that's the idea. So let's produce planks now. Let's go with this. And since we have 3 ash logs, let's just directly produce 3 like this. So we can just increase and decrease it here, and it will show here the amount that we're gonna make. So it's here plank 36. We need 3 ash logs. And then there's 2 options here. One-time crafting. So basically you're ordering something. So one-time crafting order, or maintain stock. So that means maintain stock means that if the planks in the settlement warehouse is below 36, it will continuously produce planks, as long as there are the necessary requirements available. So that's the idea. So let's say we increase this to, let's say, 60. So if the inventory of planks in the entire settlement is below 60, it will produce planks as long as it's below 60. So that's the idea. And as long as there is logs and tools available. So yeah, so general idea. So okay, let's just do one time because the maintain stock system is not yet polished. It's there already, but it's not yet polished. Let's do one time, and then it does nothing yet. There are two options here. First option is to assign a minion in your lumberyard. So these are the minion assignment icons. You can assign here minions once we have those features. But right now it's not yet here. I'm still gonna make that one after some major features done. As of the moment, we only have manual crafting, so basically the player himself will create or craft these logs. So let's do it. Let's click manual crafting. There you go. So this is actually autopilot. You can do AFK for this. In the future, I'm gonna add some mini game to it, maybe, like where you time your hits or something, so that you can save durability. Yeah, so that's an idea, but I'm still thinking about it. So there you go. So it will just craft the items, and then the skeleton, your character will just automatically do the stuff. So yeah, so that's the idea. There you go. And for the storage, you can see the storage, like it's visual. Okay, so it is automatic. After the first order is done, he will just go to the next, then proceed in making or crafting the logs. You can also order here. You can order firewood, and it also produces firewood. It will also store the firewood. And as you can see here, the item is broken. I mean the tool. So he then proceeds to getting tools from the workbench and continue producing. So as long as there is a tool available, you will continue producing the items. So this system will also be replicated once the minion system is available. But as of the moment, the minion system is not there. So, but we will just replicate this system to those systems once it's available. Okay, so there you go. So it's saying not enough storage space for all crafted items. That means this plank storage is already full, so we can no longer craft the last log, but it's still here. It's the ash log order is here, so only one more, and the two orders that we placed along with this order has been processed. So it's already done and it's already here, right? So it's here. So we now have planks. So we can just take planks. Like maybe we can take all of them. Because planks stacks as well. So right now I'm holding the button to take everything. So here you go. Here are the planks. Right. So it stacks by 5 per plank. You can store the plank as well, like so. Okay, so now that we're done with the planks, let's proceed with the slabs. So we have cloth. Let's proceed with the slabs. So for slabs, the stone slabs, you can harvest it here on these nodes. These are the rock nodes that we usually find in the mines. They're rare here in Ashendale, but they're abundant in the mines. So we can use these tools, pickaxe, the pick. Here. Now let's just use the pick for now. There we go. Okay, and then we can mine. Just go to a rock chunk, and we can mine. So there you go. Then you will get rock chunks. Occasionally there will be iron ores as well that will spawn if you're mining rock chunks. But there's a different variant for this. There will be a variant that is more darker than this ore, and that one produces more iron, or the chance of getting iron is higher compared to this. So yeah. Alright, so let's get more rock chunks and then start making slabs. Okay, there we go. So there's no sound effect for this yet. Okay, so we're full. Wait, we can still squeeze one in. Okay. Now that we have it, we can store it here in our rock chunk storage. There. Okay, and then we can then, like the lumberyard, can then order an item. So we have 6 rock chunks. We can just go create 6 rock slabs. I mean stone slabs. So 1 rock chunk will produce 1 stone slab. You can also create stone mold. So stone mold is used to craft iron weapons like swords. Yeah, but we don't have this system yet. This is reserved once we do the smelting in the furnace. So yeah, so we'll just go with stone slabs and make 6 one time and then hit manual crafting. So just like the lumberyard, it will just produce automatically. And just like the hatchet, the item is dependent, the speed of producing items is dependent to the item's damage, both physical damage and stability damage. Alright. So most of the crude items require stone slabs, like hatchets, the pick, crude pickaxe. They will require this stone slab. So stone slab is like a basic requirement. It's also used for building materials. Same with planks. So all of these are like, it's manual as of the moment, but it's not really tedious because you can just do AFK, and it's optional if you want to do the mini game to save durability, but you can just do AFK, similar to Satisfactory. So it's tedious at first, but you can automate it later on by assigning minions. So just like the lumberyard, you can assign minions here once we have that system in place. So now that we have this, let's take the stone slabs, and like the planks, they also stack by 5 here. Okay, let's go. So we also have here the planks. You can take some planks as well. There you go. So we now have the necessary resources. Okay, so we can actually use these resources here. We can store it in our workbench. So for you to craft items like this, wanna craft this, yeah, it will say first that we lack the necessary tool. So let's shift to hammer. Then let's go to the workbench and then manual crafting. But it doesn't do anything because there's no, you can see there's no resources, and the workbench requires planks here. See? Okay, let's try adding planks first. So we're gonna go to the plank storage and store some planks. Let's just store 2, because we're gonna use the rest of the planks later on to do our repair system. Okay, so let's try and craft this hammer. So we just press manual crafting like that, and so this should this is how it should look once we're repairing items. So just hammer away. And then once it's done, it takes the item and then place it in the storage. There you go. So that's how it should work later on. Anyway, so I think that's the general idea of how the systems work. So once we want to repair items, so like this, so we're gonna repair this crude heater shield. So it needs 2 planks and a cloth. So since we already have this and this, we should be able to repair this. But this system is not yet here, so we're still trying to make this system. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so let's exit this first. Let's exit so that the items that we have will be saved in our inventory. So there, it's already there. Let's fix this error first. Let's fix this first before we proceed. 148. Object menu manager. Okay. Let's fix this first. Just put that for now. Okay, now let's proceed. Okay, so again, the goal is first to detect if there are repairable items in the system, and then we're gonna check the inventory. Okay. Let's see if it's saved. Alright, so everything is saved here. That's good. Then, to make this system easier for us, we want to we want it so that we don't need to get inside the game, right? We just want it to access the repair table here, so that we don't waste time loading, pressing continue and then loading the entire game. So let's just do that first. Okay, so to do that, let's put this here first. Menu. Okay, so we want the canvas for the menu off. That's the first thing we need to do. And then second is we're gonna turn on the repair table UI, like so. So this way we can immediately access the repair table. So if we press this and start the game, you no longer need to enter the scene, the Ashendale scene. So it saves a lot of time. Alright, so again, the goal is to check first if there is items that are currently in the repair here. So let's just try this one. So let's say this one here. So this is the first goal. We need to know if you want to repair stuff, right? Okay. So here we have a dull crude hatchet, but its durability is full. So let's change that first. Let me say item inventory. Let's create items first, because right now we don't seem to have the required items. Let's change this heater shield to crude heater shield. Crude. Then we're gonna change its durability to maybe 20. 20 will do. Okay, so it's crude now. It has lesser durability. And then yeah, let's save this first. Then the hammer, maybe let's change the hammer to crude. So we're trying to do crude because we don't have iron yet in the game. So that's why we'll just be focusing on crude for now. And then I forgot the durability for hammer. Let's change it. Let's say 10. There you go. So we can now place it here. Place it here. So we can see there the repair cost, right? So this one is free, no repair cost. This one has needs 1 plank, and this one needs 4 planks and 2 cloth. So that's basically how it works. Okay, so for now, let's keep this like everything here first. Okay, and hopefully this saves. So let's exit first. Then we're gonna design how we're gonna do this. I think each repair slot should know the item that is inside it, maybe. Let's see. Because right now you have this repair slot system, and it saves here the repair slots, right? Then the repair slots also has this one, current item. But I don't know I don't know if this system is used, because this actually is used if the system is a grid. That's from the previous system that we made. I'm not sure if we're gonna use this though, but maybe we can try, I guess. Let me think. I think we're gonna skip this to prevent conflicts from other systems. I think the best way here is to just create here a list of items that are inside the slots. That's one way. Yeah, that's one way. Okay, so let's do that. So here, let's make a new list. Let's make it public for now. Let's call it inventory item. So let's just call it items. Okay. Then once we have that, we also need to know which slot it's in. So let's see. So if we spawn an equipped item, it will say here the slot. Okay. I know. This is wrong. Let's not do this. Let's just make it simpler. The one of the best way I think is just to put a repair slot script that's outside of this. So we're gonna make a new script, repair slot. So that, I think this is the easiest way to do it for now. Then inside a repair slot, we will just put, let's make it public for now. Item, or let's say current item. No, inventory item, and then current item. Okay, it's just a placeholder, just so that we will know what's in this repair slot. Okay, so now that we have this script here, so what we're gonna do is, if we're gonna spawn something, so we're gonna spawn this. So we're spawning this, right? Spawned item, equipment slot. Okay. We're also gonna tell the slot, this one. So let's mark slot with the item. So slot. Let's make repair slots. Slot that game object. I don't know. Slot dot get component. Repair slot. Okay, so if repair slot. So if we have repair slot, we'll tell repair slot that the current item is equal to So repair slot current item is equal to the item that we have. Spawned item. Let's test. So there's no error. Yeah, let's try if it works. Okay, so we also need a system to remove the item from the repair slot. So we can do that somewhere else. Hey Wheeler, what's up? So I'm currently making the repair system for Wisplight. Okay, let's test. Oh, we don't have the items. Let's just test this one for now. Oh, it's here. Okay, so let's test it. Okay, so it's here now. The repair slot. Yeah, there it is, the hammer. So it worked. Let's try removing it and what happens. So it's still there. So we then need to make a system that removes this from the repair slot. Okay, so to do that, let's see. I think it's here. Let me see. There's actually functions that I made for each item when it moves. So yeah, so I'm just gonna use that. It's called inventory item. So it's here. This one. This one. No, not this one. The other one. Yeah, it is. It is very tricky. And on top of that, my inventory system has different levels. It expands actually. So you start with a small inventory and then it expands. It grows. So that's one of the trickiest part. And not to mention that it's a grid type inventory system. It's really confusing. Equipment slot parent. Okay, so it's here. It's here. No, it's like this. I'll show you. Actually starts small, and then you need to find a specific item in the world. It's called the void shard, and with that it opens up, like expands your inventory. So it will start small and then it expands slowly. So I'll show you. As of the moment, I have made 3 levels, but it expands like huge. Let me show you first. It's here, this one. So let's turn this one off. So this is the first level, this one, very small one. And then once you can see here's gems here, it will be the void shards will be placed here. Then it expands. So this is the second one. So here we have one void shard. And then this one is the bigger one. So it has two, and then so on. So it will expand here into a bigger one. So it actually fills the entire area. So let me just show you the background image for the full one. This one. So it looks like this, but the transform width would be much bigger, like this. This is the maximum inventory. Like it grows. So right now I'm just making 3 because this is like an ongoing project, so I don't really need all the inventory space as of the moment. So we just need this part here, the small one. Maximum of this. This is the maximum for now. What do you mean, the void shards? The void shards are unique. Like they will be placed strategically all across the map. Like you need to go into some ruin or maybe defeat a trader and get that specific item. Like it's like a quest item, and then once you get it, it will just automatically expand your inventory. Oh, yeah. So there is actually a stacking mechanic. You can actually stack items like planks, uh, other stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean like one item per slot. So especially resources like planks, firewood, slabs. They will stack up to 5. For cloth, they will stack up to 20. But for bigger resources like logs, they take up a lot of space. Yeah. For equipment items, they do like this one. See, so it stacks here: plank 3, plank 5. This one stone slab. This one the cloth. It's 13. But for items like the short sword, it's 1. Like it's 6 slots. Just like the inventory system in like ARPGs like Diablo. So it's heavily inspired by Diablo, the inventory system that we have. Yeah, I love it too. This is one of my favorite inventory systems, but it's a very complicated system. Like it took me 1 month to create this intricate system, including this one, because Wisplight actually has this unique system called this one, the monster pile, where you can change your monster type. So you can remove this like this, there, and you'll become a wisp, right? Like that. And then for you to wait, I lost my so I can no longer transform. Let's just test. Let's just go inside the game first, so that I can test out the monster forms. So yeah, so we will have different monster types in the game, right? Like we can be a skeleton, we can be a spriggan, and those monsters require a core. So there's a core form. So for the skeleton, we need a skeleton pile for it. So if we drop that skeleton pile, we'll turn back into a wisp, basically. So right now we're a wisp, right? So we can get skeleton piles though from places. So let's try to find one. So this one is our minion, a skeleton. Here. So this is a skeleton pile. We can, if we conjure it like this, it will become a skeleton. And it will show up there, the skeleton pile. If we remove it and place it here, it will break. And then you can just reconjure yourself back like that. So we can transform into different monsters. We can transform into Spriggans. Let me just give you a quick look of the Spriggan. Where is it? Players. This one, the Spriggan. It's a huge tree creature. This one, the Spriggan. This is the big Spriggan. There's also the small Spriggan, the forest nymph. This one, smaller version. It's more stealth type. Yeah, and then we have the armor as well. This one, the armor. It can be an armor. There'll be more like the water elemental, but it's still far. Like for chapter 1, we will just focus on the skeleton and the small Spriggan first. So that's the idea. Yeah, he's like Guts. That's actually one of the inspiration. Guts. I really like Berserk. Okay, so let's proceed. Where were we? We want to remove, like if we place an item here and we remove it, it should remove that equipment. Yeah, Berserk. It's actually one of my inspirations in designing this game. So we have a lot of issues with inventory right now. So there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is find a system that like if we go here and place it here, so it does work already. So it does work here, but if we remove it, like so, so it doesn't get removed. Okay, so we need to check item equipment slots. Okay, so item, So we have the item, this one, and then the equipment slot of that item, this one, and then parent. So this is the part where we need to set it. But this is the new equipment slot. We want the old equipment slot. Uh, 2 years plus, maybe almost 3 years. We will be 3 years next year, around January, I think. January 14. Yeah, I started January 14. Yeah, and I started this solo. Uh, and right now, the team grew. Like there are people helping out with the project. So it's almost 3 years now. I've been documenting everything in devlogs, but sadly, I haven't releasing a lot of devlogs because it takes a lot of time to edit. So that's why I'm testing out some live streams if this works, just to update people what's going on with the project, and maybe to explain as well my thought process in making the game. Because what you see in the recent devlogs are just finished products. Like you can see there, like I'm explaining all the features in one go, and then without explaining how I did it. So yeah. So it's a bit different if we're trying to show the entire process, the process where I'm thinking as well, because in reality, it's really not that easy to make the game. You really need to think a lot about it, like try to figure things out, how to make it work. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So actually, my devlogs are more on like what are the updates of the game. So it's just it's not really for developers, more on for fans of Wisplight or for the same genre. I haven't really made devlogs like explaining tutorials or thought processes, but I think that's very helpful. But as of the moment, I don't really have that much time to make those devlogs, those types of devlogs, because we're trying to finish the game as soon as possible. So that's why I tend to just go with like updates, like what's going on with the project right now, and maybe make something like this for developers. Yeah, exactly. Imagine it takes me three, 3 to 5 days just to make the devlogs. The last devlog that I made, it's a 20-minute long devlog. It took me around 5 days max just to do everything, the scripting, the recording, recording of the voice, editing, and everything. Yeah, so it takes a lot of time. Anyway, so let's see. So when equipment item to slot, so it's actually here. Set position. Equip position. So it's actually on begin drag. It will shift to a different one here. So on begin drag, what's the name of your game, Tyler? Yeah, I do understand. It's really it's actually lonely making a game. Just especially if you're not connecting with a lot of people. Like you're just in your own small bubble or your own small world. The Outrider. Let me check. Let me see real quick. You have devlogs for it? Outrider. Is this the one? Monkfish Games. This one? It's not on YouTube. Is it on YouTube? Oh, I see. I see. You can post it in our Discord, so that some people can see as well. So it's here, and then where is it? Here, promote your game. You can put it here. Some people are posting here as well, their games. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna reply to this. Okay, so again, where was I? Yeah, Steam page is really important to have a Steam page early. Um, I started my Steam page when I think when I was 3 months in development, and it did gain some wish list, but not that much. I really haven't updated my Steam page um, for a long time now. Let me see. Steam Wisplight. So here, so I made this like when I was 3 months in development. So this is a very old. Like I didn't really update this. Like haven't really made trailer videos or anything. So it's just visuals from the very early development of the game. Here, I think this is 3 months or 6 months in development. Yeah, but it did gain some wish lists, but not that much. I think joining Steam Fests will be a huge contributor in wish lists. So far, I have around like 1,000 wish lists, and I haven't haven't done any promotion actually. It's just the devlogs in YouTube, and yeah, 1,000 wish lists so far. Hopefully, yeah, with no marketing, like I didn't really market Wisplight in social media, in Reddit or anywhere else. Like, it's just devlogs, like all devlogs, and then I don't even have a trailer here in Steam. So yeah, this is the armor, by the way. It has a floating like weapon, pet weapon. So it's 1,000 wish lists, but my goal eventually is at least 10,000 wish lists. And I don't know. This is a sword, a claymore, two-handed sword. The armor can actually switch between weapons, and the weapon that he switches to becomes his pet for a while, like maybe for a few seconds, and will attack enemies on its own, and then will return to the armor if it's already exhausted its energy, and there's a cooldown for it. And if the armor shifts again to a different weapon, the weapon that he's shifting from will he will throw it, and then it will attack again enemies all around. Yeah, so I think 10k is the goal. 30k is really high of a goal, but 10k is my initial goal to for wish list, and the only way to get that for now is to make a Steam demo. So once we have the Steam demo ready, hopefully next year, hopefully we can contact some YouTubers maybe to do like to feature the content in some of their streams, give them keys for the demo. Yeah. Yeah, trailer is very important as well. So, but again, I still haven't made the trailers because my thought is I haven't finished all the features yet. So maybe it's best to just make the first trailer have as much content as possible, not just fighting stuff, right? So yeah, that's for Steam. I'm actually waiting for the minion mechanic before I make the trailer, because I want it really to show, because right now Wisplight is something like Dark Souls, right? Like it's Souls-like in a way. It's something like The Witcher as well. I don't want it to be labeled as something like that. I want it to be different, so that's why I really need these guys here, the minions. So I want to make their system first, where they're mining, they're fighting enemies. I want to make them first before I make the trailer. Yeah. Also the GIFs. There's still a lot lacking actually. So these guys, the minions, I really want them to be in the trailers. Yeah, so Wisplight is actually like combat is Souls-like, not really Souls-like. Like it's easier than Dark Souls. Dark Souls is too punishing, right? And then he's picking hammers as weapons. Yeah, so so again, so my game is more like Souls-like combat, but there's something like a territory and minion management. Same with RimWorld. So you can assign minions to crafting stations and all. Yeah, he's using double hammer. If you pick like interrupt him and take his weapons. Oh, there you go. There's a bug, a floating hammer. He will find other weapons. There. Yeah, so I want this to like I want to show in the trailers like minions fighting the enemies, like you're defending your territory, something like that. Because I don't want it to be like labeled as Souls-like. I don't want it to be another Souls-like genre. So I want it to be different on its own, but have the mechanics and the feel of Dark Souls, especially Dark Souls 1. Yeah, yeah. That's true. We can actually fake it. But again, right now the focus is to make a Steam demo. So I actually have a project manager who's pressuring me or bugging me about when we will have the Steam demo. Yeah, I actually did that before. Like I made some animations just to put it in the devlogs. But again, uh, the main goal right now for the team is to just finish the demo. We will eventually get there once everything is ready. There's still a lot that needs to be done. Like another feature that's not yet here is the items, for the character equipments. So this is just a um, let me show you something. This is a sample, like this one. So the skeleton will have 2 slots for equipment. The armor will have 6 slots. So they will be very different. So we still haven't we don't have this feature yet. Anyway, so where was I? Okay. Yeah. So we'll be making currently our 3D artist is working on some of this stuff here. Let me see. This one, some of the items. So we're making our very own headgear, the leather skull cap. So those are the first items we're gonna make. Thanks, thanks, thanks for the wish list. So for the demo, basically the demo is like an introductory for the game. It's a big demo actually. So since there will be settlement mechanics in the game where you manage a settlement, and there's one huge quest. So the demo is fairly big, like a lot of gameplay time, maybe like no, maybe 10 hours of gameplay, maybe. Because I've tested this, like I've tested Wisplight with some of our play testers before, and um, just for this small area that we have right now, this area, Ashindale, they play tested this for 10 hours, more or less, or more than, yeah, 10 hours. So, and this is a small area. This is a very small area. So I'm thinking for the demo, I think it would be around 10 hours, I think. Because there will be settlement mechanics, there will be quests as well. There will be 2 levels, like huge levels that they can explore. Yeah, so I'm like, it's around 10 hours, roughly. Because you need to conquer a settlement. Like, first you need to manage a small settlement, and then you will conquer the next one, and then that's the end. After that one, that will be the end of the demo, and that will be the official demo for the game. Like, it will be there all the time, and if it's like a free game in a way, a free game, and then if they want to play further, they'll just buy the entire game. And yeah, we'll be releasing this chapter by chapter. So the goal is to release chapter 1 as a full game already, so all the features that are promised will be there, and the monster types will be the small spriggan, the forest nymph, and this skeleton. And maybe there will be an introductory armor, like a very weak armor. And chapter 2, that's we'll be expanding it more to other stuff. Yeah, it's like that. So the save file should continue. Yes. So it's like with I'm thinking of like uh, there will be entrances, like there will be entrances to an area, and if you go there, it will just prompt like uh, if you want to access this area, you need to buy the full game or something like that. So yeah, and the demo area will be playable, and there will be like, it's something like there's replayability, because there will be raids here. Like, for example, this is our settlement, and there are times that enemies will attack your settlement and like steal your loot. So you can defend your area, something like that. So there will be replayability, but if they want to explore more and get more loot or something, so the idea is to buy the game, and then we'll be updating it chapter by chapter as we go. So that's the general idea. Right now, there's a lot of content already in the game. There's yeah, the area is pretty big. Let's explore. I'll show you some stuff. Let's just have a tour while you're here. It's a very big area. So there's a door here. This actually leads to a different level. It's a crypt. Yeah, they're very weak actually. In this demo, the skeleton starts as a powerful skeleton already, just for the sake of playtesting it. Some enemies here are weak. Those are just like fishermen. It's a bit foggy though. So before, this is actually the starting area from our playtest, but we expanded it. And over there, there's the fire there. That's a very big, it's like a castle. It's a fortress. That's a fortress there. You can actually explore that area in the playtests. There's some mini bosses there. There's also the settlement boss, Eldrick. This side, that's also a fortress where there's a mini boss there. And here, let's explore a bit. These are the new areas that we made. We're actually making Wisplight backwards. So we started from Ashendale, the fortress of Ashendale, and then built the city, built the crypts, built the sewers, and then this is the new area. It's like a forest trail, a mountain trail. There'll be traders here, like roaming traders, trading goods, and sometimes we will encounter like random encounters. Let's change the fog first. It's too foggy. Yeah, so there'll be random encounters. Let's say, there you go. So this is the new level that our level artist finished. So it's like a mountain pass. The gameplay here is there will be traders passing back and forth, and then sometimes there will be people camping in this area. So events and spawning will be random. So similar to RimWorld, where it's randomized. Sometimes you will meet mini bosses as well that's roaming around. So it's not really scripted like Dark Souls, where you specifically know where the enemies are. So it's a bit random. So this is the mining village, and below here, this is still not finished, but this is what we're currently working on right now. It's the mines. Let's try to go to the mines. Yeah, that's basically the gameplay for Dark Souls. You should know, like muscle memory in a way, even the placement of enemies. So it's still not done though. This area, but so this is a loader actually. The elevator is a loader, a scene loader. I'm trying to replicate what they did with Dark Souls and Elden Ring, where elevators will be loaders. But right now it's not optimized. As you can see, it's lagging while it's loading. So I'm still trying to optimize this. I haven't optimized it yet, but this is the general idea. So now this is a bit too foggy though. So this is the mines. Let's change the time. This. So this is the new level that we're making. Yeah, I do scene loading as well. So this is basically a new scene right now. So the old scene has been unloaded. So this is the mines area. So it's a very big area down there. That area down there. Let's just go. So this is not updated yet, but this area is actually almost complete already. This is like a quarry and mines area. And this long rail here is like their transport system. Here. Yeah, it still goes very deep down there. So here, there are some. We haven't optimized the occlusions here yet, but this is the general idea. There will be a lot of enemies here. I actually don't have a problem spawning a lot of enemies because I'm using object pooling for all the enemies. So we can actually handle a lot of enemies as long as you don't spawn them all at once, even though they're far. But for friendly NPCs, we will have here Francis, the blacksmith. We will actually find him here. We will rescue him here. So this is a very huge area. No. When I started Wisplight, ECS and dots was just like in the early stages, so I haven't really tried it. I made an attempt to do it to upgrade with Unity, but it ended in a lot of headaches because there's a lot of issues. So I decided, okay, I'll just stick with the older versions. So I just made my very own object pooling systems and all. And, surprisingly, it seems to be okay. Like, the game seems to be running good. Yeah, same. I did tried ECS dots and Unity 6, even Unity 6. I tried Unity 6, but again, there's a lot of errors, some issues with texture and everything. When I started HDRP, it actually had a lot of issues as well, especially with store-bought assets. So I also have those issues. So yeah, so this is the quarry, the mines, and then there, over that plateau there, that will be the prison, the slavers' prison. This area is actually part of the demo. See, so it's really huge. Like, the demo is really huge. This area will be part of the demo, and it's for free. You can play the game for free, just with the demo. Is your yeah, this is HDRP. Is your game 3D as well? Ah, okay. And URP. It's stylized, more stylized. Okay. And are you making your own 3D models, or you're using some Unity asset packs? Because when I started Wisplight, I some a lot of these assets are actually store bought, like this one, these structures here. Oh, that's good. You also do 3D modeling as well. That's great. Yeah, it's really fun when when you start doing like everything, but if you have a game like what we're doing right now, Wispa, it's a very big game. This is actually my first game, and I don't know why I picked this for my first game. It's a very like it has a very huge scope. It's not like just Dark Souls where there's linear progression and just fighting. There's also minions. There's also resource gathering and economics and inventory and um, like trading between settlements. So it's like the scope is very huge and yeah, it takes a lot of time. So yeah, it's I don't know. And to think this is just the demo and it took us a lot of time. So right now I'm actually hiring some people to do the 3D modeling like this one, Francis, the blacksmith, this new cart and cages like this one, the cages. Um, they're we made this like there are unique items. So it's a mix of store bought items and um, unique items. Yeah, it's the scope is really big, and I think it's a good thing as well, having a very big scope because I already sunk a lot of time into this. Like it's almost 3 years and a lot of resources, like hiring 3D artists, having voice lines and all. So like, there's no turning back. We've invested a lot already. So I think that's a good thing also, from preventing me from stopping the project or something. Item reset to default size. So where was I? You don't do AI though. Like there's some decent AI, but having very good voice actors is really an edge. We actually have a lot of voice actors contributing to the game, and it really is like a highlight of the game having very good voice actors. Item equipped. Begin drag on drag. Okay. grid. Oh. It's okay, man. Inventory grid. Okay. Update slot. Here. Okay, let's test again. Testing this issue. There's a lot of issue with the repair table. So here's the hatchet. Equipment slot, repair slot. If I remove it, okay, it's none. So it should know. So if I drag it, it should tell the repair slot to remove current item. Okay. So inventory slot. So item inventory, if I drag it, it should tell this to null. Okay. test other stuff first. How about this? Hatchet. Equipment slot none. Okay. Put it here. Equipment slot. Offhand. Okay. Here. None. Okay. Let's test. So if I drag, offhand, so if I drag, so I change equipment slot if I remove. So on release and drag, place item to grid, remove this one. So this is the system. Clear system occupancy. So it updates the slot here. Okay. So we need to make something like this, but for this equipment slot is equal to null, so it should be here. So it should be here. Okay. No. Place to grid. I think it's best on drag, or overlap dragging. That should be here. Let's test. Equipment offhand slots. Okay. Drag. None. Repair slots. Okay. So dragging system. Okay. So it's actually here. Um, Here. This is equipment slot. Equipment slot. So I think inventory item should update, or inventory slot. Inventory item. If none, item in slot. Right, if none. Equipment slot should be null. Equipment slot is null. Equipment slot null. Okay. Inventory item. So here's a demo question. In my I don't think a demo as a main character would work. Where can I find your game, by the way? Is it in Wisplight? What if you played as some random person with some of the game mechanics as the... Yeah, I think that will work. Actually, Project Zomboid did something like that. Like the demo, you're just a random dude in a tutorial level, and then eventually you died, and then you can start creating your new character. So, where was I? So it should be here. So if the inventory slot, this item inventory, so I have item inventory. Result. So item slot. So this one. Equipment slot. Item drag. Equipment slot is null. No. Yeah, looking forward to your Steam page. Would like to see your game. It's good to have game devs around so that you will not feel lonely in making your world. Yeah. Yeah, ever since I started making this game, I haven't really went outside and go with friends. So it's really like I'm just in my little bubble. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice to see what other people are doing, because sometimes you tend to be like, what do you call this? Like a bit punishing to yourself, seeing that you may think that my space is too slow, or I'm not doing well, and I think it's good to see other developers as well, so that you will also see like the struggle that they've been into, and maybe you can relate as well. Um, yeah, I think it's good to have same minds like around, so that we can see check each other's progress, give some ideas and all. So I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here. This is actually an old code that I made, and by old code, that's around 2 to 3 months ago, and I tend to have very low memory, so I don't I don't remember stuff like how I did it. It's all spaghetti, and I'm just trying to trace like what happens. Repair slot. So if I get this equipped, not equipped. Oh, see. What's going on? Yeah, at first I'm actually ashamed to show my code, but I realize I think that's normal to have spaghetti. Yeah, especially if you're doing it alone. But I think it's good to organize everything. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. This is my first game, so I don't really know what's right or wrong. So yeah. That's cool. Many weapon systems. In Wisplight, there's the weapon system in Wisplight is actually categorized into quality, like 4 quality types. So that's crude, standard, refined, and master crafted. And then they're categorized as well on damage types. So there's slash, blunt, and pierce. And what else? They're also categorized into two parts, like the tools and the weapons. There's also shields, and then lastly, there are modifiers, like this one, sharp. So it's a modifier that adds stats to the crude hatchet. So it adds sharpness or damage to it. So there are a lot of modifiers actually that modifies the items. Yeah, that's true. The only disadvantage maybe with spaghetti code is when you're trying to track old code, like what I'm doing right now. So it's, I don't know. It's I don't know. I'm trying to investigate like a detective, like what happens if I do this and that, just like what I'm doing right now. So if I do this, okay. So equipped, inventory item, inventory item. So it's here. Yeah, I do recycle a lot of old functions. Like for here on the repair slot, I just used old code from the inventory system, and I just try to fix things around in a way. Where is this code? On drag. Uh, on drag. Yeah, I do use switches. Ah, it's here. Set position, it's here. Let's test. Yeah, I use switches, especially if there's a lot of conditions. Um, but for smaller conditions, I just use the if statement. Yeah, I'm not really that good with coding though. Um, I just do what I can with what I have, like what I know. Um, there are a lot of advanced stuff that I don't really know. So, yeah. State machines? What do you mean? In the animator? You mean? State machines in the animator? Or the code? So I just use the animator to have the AI do what I want them to do, and I just trigger some booleans in the animator. Yeah. So yeah, this is actually my messy animator. So I use this to in my enemies as well. I also do in the code just to trigger the bool in the animators, but most likely, yeah, I use the animation as state machines, as a state machine. Yeah, that's basically the idea. Like, let's say the enemy is near you, he will attack you. So that's how I do it. Like if the distance is this, it will play this animation. So something like that. So I think it's more visual in a way. But sometimes I use code, like if health is this, it will run away, like that. Yeah, an animator is very messy. Like, I don't know. So, let's test again. I think I know now. Equipped. Still wrong. Here, it's actually here. Right default size. Okay, I think I'll just do it like this. Let's just put it here. And then, so if you're a repair slot, slot name, slot name here is equipment slot, inventory item. Okay. Equipment slot name is repair slot. Yeah, I didn't really learn about state machines when I started, and just learned about animators and used it as state machine. So um, when I started, like, I discovered that okay, this works. So I then continued to just using it as the like the mind of the enemies, and some code as well. Like it's a mix of both actually. So we have here equipment slot, then yeah. So we have here the repair slot. So if it's a repair slot, then it will tell, it will just remove stuff. So it will tell the slot that repair slot. Okay. So this dot get component repair slot. repair slots. Okay, so if we remove the item, it should be no. See, so it took me a long time just to trace that, and we still need to see if this works. So my coding is actually more on figuring things out rather than making features, like spitting out features um, fast. It's more on, okay, how does this work, or um, how can I make this work, what are the old code that I made that can be utilized here, something like that. So I'm not really that good of a programmer or a game developer. I just have time to figure things out. Let's test. So repair slot. So once we place it here, it should put something there. And then if we remove it, there it works. So it works now. So if we remove, it also removes. Okay. So it works. Yeah. So that's basically just the concept. Like, just bang your head until you get it done, or you get it fixed, or you make it work. Then have some people play test it to see if what you're doing resonates with them as well. Yeah, that's true. Like right now, this it's working, so I'm glad that it worked. Okay, so right now, since we have that, we can just loop here and check if the current items in the repair slots are available. So that's how we check for the items. So where shall we do that? Here. Okay, so okay, let's go back to the UI first. Here. So we have here a manual repair. So manual repair. So if I click this manual repair, it should call an event. Even events, I don't really I do have an idea what they do, but I don't really use them that much in the game because I've learned events late already. So most of the foundations in all my systems don't really use events, and even scriptable objects I don't really use. Uh, there are sometimes, but I just used like game objects here, and I just pull them. So like this one, let me where is it? Like this one. So I just use this and then I just duplicate them, create my own object pool. So this is my object pool here. So these are all, there's just one copy of the game object, and then I'll just duplicate them, make a pool, and then just recycle them. Yeah. Yeah, when I started though, like I watch Brackeys, right? Like, is it the default Brackeys, Code Monkey, and they don't really talk about that much. So when I started making the game, scriptable objects and like events aren't taught. Like basically they're just teaching basics, right? So yeah, so I usually just call functions to do stuff. So there's no events really like happening, and sometimes I even put them in the update function, which is I realized then like too late that that takes a lot of resources. So then I yeah, yeah. They teach like the basic stuff, and once you get into it, that you then realize that you need to learn other stuff like one events. Events is important as well. Right here, there's actually an event here. Yeah, basically, YouTube tutorials. They're good just for the basic. That's in my opinion. Okay, that's in my like according to my experience. Like I use them just to be familiarized with everything, and then most of my learnings come from trial and error and trying to understand things, and uh, also um, asking Google and ChatGPT. So actually, ChatGPT is really helpful with trying to help me with code, trying to help me understand code as well. But sometimes ChatGPT is a bit dumb also. Like they tend to, especially if you understand what you want and you understand the code that you need, ChatGPT just spits out like random stuff, like unnecessary stuff. It's crazy. Like ChatGPT is a double-edged tool. It's a double-edged sword in a way. Sometimes it can mess up your code. Sometimes it creates unnecessary stuff. Like I don't know, but it's really helpful if you do understand the code that you want or the feature that you want. Okay, so let's this one. Economy repair table UI. Here. Trigger. So it says here. Repair table trigger manual crafting. Okay. Yeah, there are times that ChatGPT is like really like a genius. Like, wow, you figured that one out. Like, it's really good. It's really helpful code. But there are sometimes like it's really like it's crazy. Like sometimes I give up and okay, I don't want your help now. It will just apologize. It will just say, I apologize for sorry for the frustration, something like that. But I do tend to use ChatGPT most of the time than searching in Google for solutions. Especially if I want code fast, like I really like, for example, make a for loop for this and so on and so forth, or make a function for this like that, like the basic stuff. As long as you understand what you're trying to make, I think it's okay. But you just be mindful on what it's creating, because sometimes it tends to like to destroy your script. So it calls again player structure trigger. Okay, trigger manual crafting. So here events, send message, start sequence station. So what is the station? So the station is, so repair table, then station, connected station, repair area. So here we'll be making the script. Repair area controller. Yeah, ChatGPT. It's like, for me, it's like the new search engine. I just ask it, and then, but the important thing when you use ChatGPT or any other AI tool is you should know the basic of what you want, so that you don't really want to trust it 100%. So you review, you check the code if it's right. If not, if it's something new, you can just search or experiment or figure it out on your own. Start sequence. So we need this start sequence. Okay, let's just copy old code. So it's what I usually do. If I had done old code, I'll just go to the old system, like the lumberyard, and it's here. So start sequence. So here's the sequence. So I'll just copy this. Okay, then let's debug. Start sequence. Okay, let's try if the event works. Wait, send message start. Okay, start sequence. Okay. So it will call this. Let me check if my 3D artist is online. I need to have a meeting with him. Just okay. So let's start. Let's put it here, there, and then check if it works. Manual repair. Okay, so it works. Okay. Okay, so now that it works, what we want to happen is first check check wait, let's see, I think we're gonna loop first. Let's loop all slots and return loop all slots until we find an item with low durability. So that's the first one. Then after that, check if there is requirements available in the inventory. I think this is how it should work. So let's do this first. Okay, so what we need is, let's close this first. So we now have, let me see. Yeah, null always is like gives me errors, because I tend to just like what shall I call it? I don't really take it seriously or something, or I underplay it. Like I always assume that this will never go null or something, but there are times like really it goes null and it breaks a lot of things. Okay, so let's do this like this, then repair table. So we now have this repair area controller. So repair area controller needs to find this, the slots. So we need slots, repair slots. Okay, let's just make it public repair. No, not repair slots, but yeah, repair slot, not inventory slot. Repair slot. Okay, repair slots. Let's just call it slot. And then like here, I'm trying to make a function, right? So I usually use GPT here in this case to make it fast. So I just go to GPT, and then so it's very simple, right? We just want a loop. So I just show it the entire script like here. So I just send a script with some comments. So the goal is to make the loop. So loop is fairly easy, right? And to save time, I just plug it in GPT. Okay, so it now has code. Now let's try and explain to it that we need to find item with low durability. So repair here. So repair slot has the current item. So repair slot dot current item. So So repair slot has current item, and then current item has durability, basically, and slots that max durability. Check this if okay. So right now I'm entering to ask GPT to make me a simple script to do this. So this is how I usually do it. So this is the start sequence code that GPT made. So this is the first one, this first line here. So first it will loop the slots. So basically this one. So this is what I'm talking about, that you need to understand what you want. So it will loop this. So we assigned this to here already. Oh no, we haven't yet. So we assign it here. Wait. No, there should be a game object. Game object. Okay. And let's change this to slot container. Then let's ask GPT to modify it. So slot is the parent of the slots. Is the okay, let's just modify this a bit. This is wrong. It's supposed to be we will assign the container and then we'll loop inside the container the children. The children are the repair slots, so that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so it did create a new list of repair slots, which is, I think it seems to be okay. Let's try. Why not make it for each? So like here, let me show you. So it is very simple, right? Like the code is very simple. So I asked it to change. So it is making a new. So what it did is it's making a new list, which I don't want. I just want it to be directly doing a loop here, the slot container. So I asked it, and so it did. So we'll be getting the slots here from the children, and then it will just check the durability of the current item for the slot, which is repair slot. So as you can see, when I first asked it something, it just spits out something like this, which I don't want, right? And then and then it I told it, okay, I don't want it like that, I want it like this, so for each. So then this is correct actually. So let's test this. So this is how I use ChatGPT. I don't really trust it, I just use it so that it will be faster, like it's faster in coding and organizing stuff. But sometimes it's dumb or make unnecessary things. Let me see if everything is correct. Slot containers here. Okay. Let's try. Let's see if it's correct. Okay, so the goal here is it will say this. It will say the damage item. So that's the goal. So we should put an item that has lower durability than its max durability, and it will detect it. So that's the goal. So to start the sequence, let's do that. So let's put this. Wait, let's find this one. So let's put it here. Now let's check. Let's clear this first. Now let's press manual repair. We haven't assigned it yet. See, so slot container. Let's assign it first. Again. There you go. So we found the damage item. So this is actually working. Let's try one that has full durability, like this one. Now let's hit manual repair. So it does nothing because it's already full, right? So we don't need to do anything. Let's try having to place many, like some full. Let's say these are full, and then there's one here like this. Okay, manual repair. Okay, so it found the slot. So it's actually working. So this is working. So let's fix the error first. Okay, let's the error is this. We haven't assigned it, so we can just put it here. Okay, like so. So that should work now. So next is we need to make a function. So if it does find something like this, now because it like this one, break. Yeah, so the goal is to just stop the loop if you find the first one, because we're gonna repair the first item first, because we want it so that the skeleton will like hammer on the item. So we'll be focusing on one item first, and then once it's finished it proceeds to the next one and so on. Yeah, it's looking in the children, this one. Yeah, the idea here is not to, when you click manual repair, it will repair everything. No, it will find the first one, so the first slot, and then check if the durability is maxed or not. And then if it's maxed, it will proceed to the next and so on. And after that, the next one that we need to do is to check the inventory if we have the necessary requirements for that that item. So that's how we're gonna do it. So that's actually the next one here. It's not start repair here, so actually what's next here is check inventory before break. So that's the goal. Inventory repair requirements before break. So that's the idea. So what we need to do is to know first what are the requirements, right? So to know the requirements, okay, let's try. So the requirements are actually saved inside the current item. This one. It is. It is. It's really complex. And I haven't touched saving inventory systems yet, so saving would be, I don't know how to do it yet. Maybe I'm gonna, I don't know. Because I need to know which grid it's located. I need to know like everything, the durability, the modifiers of the item, the quality of the item. So there's a lot to um, yeah, but I already have a, yeah. I'm using easy save actually. So easy save, it's really easy to literally save it. It's also a JSON file, so yeah. There's already a system for it. That's why um, the skeleton knows these items. So these are already saved in JSON. Let me find that one. But it's a bit messy right now. Let me see. So this one, it's actually here. So these are the save files. So here. So everything is stored here already. Let's find the one for the inventory. Ah yeah, this one. This is the inventory. So we have cloth, 13 quantity. So it's in JSON, everything. So I just need to replicate this system. Yeah, I just need to replicate the system and add it to the different inventory systems and the crafting benches and everything. So yeah, so that's the idea. And this one can also be what do you call this? Like not JSON file, but it will be encrypted. Yeah, there's a way to encrypt this in easy save. You just need a key for it. So it's one good thing to encrypt things so that people can't just modify the save file and just give random items. Yeah, like cheating, right? Okay, so moving forward, the next goal is what's the next goal? Next goal is to check the requirements. So repair requirements is actually, so let's put this here. No, there's no repair cost for that. This one doesn't have repair cost as well. Everything doesn't have repair cost. This one. So here, so one plank is the repair cost. So repair cost would be this one. Resources required. So it's in the inventory item. Then there's a resources required. This one. Yeah, they can still do it, but having a private key, I think it will be hard to decrypt it. It will be harder than usual. But again, nothing can't be like nothing is hack proof or cheat proof, really. So, okay, so I'm gonna tell now ChatGPT to let us like debug log this plank repair cost, or let's do the requirements first. So let's debug log the requirements. So let's say then I'm gonna give it this one, the usable resource script, so that it will know what I'm talking about. This one. Then I will tell it debug log the okay. So what I did here is I told GPT, let's see, so I'll just give it necessary information. So we want here to check for the requirements, right? So I gave it this one. This is a list inside the inventory item, and I gave it the script so that it will know that the resource type and the amount to use. So let's see, let's review its code. So item durability, so basically it's that's this one, so this line here. So it's working on this. So we have an item, and then it checks the requirements. So slot current item resource required, so this is correct. Current item, so current item is this, and then resource required, so it's correct, right? And then it checks, so there are null. This is also one good thing about GPT. It creates these null checks that I don't usually do or I tend to forget, so it's good also. And so it then tells us the requirements. So this is actually correct now, and then it break. Okay, so let's try this and see if it works. So this is the line here. Let's test. But again, using ChatGPT, it's good, but you should really know what it's doing or what you want it to do, because sometimes I don't know, it's sometimes making stuff up. This one, this is what you mean, for loop in a for loop. This is actually looking for the requirements. Yeah, so basically we're checking first for the item, and then we're debug looping just to check the requirements. So we will be using this to check for the inventory later on if these requirements are there. So let's test. Let's put in this. Let's clear this. Then let's test. So here, so plank 2 is actually working. Okay, let's try this one, but let's change its let's change it first. Inventory. Let's see. What was that? So the inventory system is really messy right now. Like, it's not working well. See? Where's this thing? It's pick. Where's the pick? Let's try 10. Put it here. Okay. Yeah, this is actually something to do with the repair table. This is actually working well before, but because of the repair table, it forgot to um, assign or unassign things in the grid. So that's the only I know how to fix this already, but I haven't got to that yet. Yeah, it's been fun chatting with you as well. So manual repair. Okay, so here we already have um, plank, stone slab, cloth. So it's actually the requirements needed. But the problem here is um, this one is giving us the entire stuff. So we wanted to just give us the necessary stuff. So for example, if the inventory is, so I actually have a guide here. This one. So this one. So we don't want to have the repair be 100% repair. So like there should be a level. Like if it's 75% damaged, it's just for free, and so on. So if it's 50% damage, 25% of the total cost would be the cost for that, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so that's why I do playtest a lot. We do a lot of playtests in the community to check for bugs. The first time I did playtest, there are a lot of bugs happening around. So yeah, so I've learned very early in development that frequent playtesting is important, so that you'll check the bugs. Like sometimes developers are blind to the features. We tend to know the workarounds of everything, or we tend to do things a specific way. But play testers or gamers or players do the opposite or something different. So that's the time where we find the bugs. So it's very important to play test the game all the time, especially before making the demo. I don't want to release a demo that has a lot of bugs, so I do invest a lot of time in play tests and figuring out what's going on. So where were we? Okay, so we're gonna do repair slot. Wait, where was I? We need to know the requirements of an item. So this one, and then this one. So no, not this one. Sure. Bye bye. See you next time. I think I'll be doing some live streaming. It's good doing it this way. It may take some time, but it's fun. Like it's fun chatting with you guys. Okay, so back to the code. Let's try. So where was that? I totally forgot. Repair slots. I made a feature that computes. I see. It's here actually. It computes this one. Repair cost controller. So I just need to copy this. So this is the cost modifier, and this is the damage. So it's too far if we're gonna. Let's just copy this. reuse this code somewhere. Okay. Then put it here. So we now have this compute damage. So this is the damage of the item, and then we have here the. So I'll just send this to GPT, and then let's reuse this to make it fast and easy. But this is basically the logic to it. It's so here are some code that we need to utilize. Use this to get the elements depending on the durability of the item. Ask. So this is also one technique I do. Ask if you have questions before making the script. It's best if ChatGPT will probe or ask questions so that it will fully understand what's it doing. So again, sometimes it fails to understand you, so that's why I ask it to ask me first if it truly understands what I'm saying. But again, one flaw is in ChatGPT is you should know what it's making and not just trust it 100%. So here, customize so loop resource devlog. Okay, so I think it understands well. So let's go back up. So here, computer percent using your function. So it will compute the damage. So the damage of the item is this. So that's true. Then the modifier is this. And then it debugs log. Wait. Okay. And then so it then loops and checks the amount. Okay, this is correct. Everything seems to be okay. So this is what I mean by you checking the code before proceeding, especially if it gets more complex than it's used to. So you should be checking code from time to time, and also this is also a good way for you to learn like how things work, because GPT organizes it well, even gives comments, debug logs, so it's easier to debug with the help of GPT. But again, you should understand what it's saying, what's it doing, and not just trust it 100%. Okay. Okay, let's test. Let's put this here. Then let's manual repair. Okay, so what does this say? So first, it tells us that it's 1050 durability, 0.2 cost modifier is 75. So this is correct. So it needs 75% cost modifier. So let's see if it's correct. So it uses 2 planks it uses 1 stone slab and 2 cloth. So let's say, so yeah, 2 1 2, so it's correct. 2 1 2. So again, 2 1 2. Okay, so this is correct, so the code is correct. Next, now that we have this, we're gonna need to check the inventory. So we have an inventory system, right? We need to check if the inventory has these items. If not, it will just break it. It will just break the code like this break. So it will check. If it returns false, it will break. If not, if all requirements are checked, it will then proceed to repairing. Okay, so that's the goal. Okay, let's do that. But before that, let me fetch water first. So I'll just play this for now. Okay, so I'm back. So I think we're gonna continue this chapter next time because I need to fetch my kid, Siri. So for the next session, the goal will be to repair, or to finally repair this thing. So the goal is, if we put it here, so right now it's showing us the correct ones, correct requirements. See, it's there again. There. So 2 1 2, so it's showing us the correct requirements. The next goal is to have this for each check an old system that I made to check for resources in the inventory, and if that is there, or if all of the requirements are present, it will take that resource, so it will remove that resource, and then it will start crafting the resources. So that's the idea. I mean, not crafting the resources, but start start the process of repairing the item. So that's the next goal, and then on the next goal as well, we're gonna do some animations for the skeleton where it hits the table. We're also gonna show this item on the table as well. Maybe some animations where the skeleton is picking items from the box. Yeah, so there's a lot of things to do. So yeah, so I'll be ending the stream now, and see you next time, guys. Bye. Till next time.